Most people think fear keeps them safe. But what if fear is the very thing keeping you stuck? What if the moment you stop fighting fear, life quietly starts helping you? Louise Hay believed this deeply. She taught that fear is not a warning. It is a habit of the mind, and habits can be changed. Right now, somewhere in your life, fear is making decisions for you. Not loudly, not dramatically, but subtly. It decides what you say, what you avoid, what you believe you deserve, and most people never notice it. Fear hides behind logic, behind being realistic, behind this is just how life is. But Louise Hay saw something different. She saw fear as learned energy, passed down, repeated, strengthened every time we believe it. And the moment you stop believing it, everything shifts. Think about this. How many opportunities never reached you because fear stopped you from stepping forward? How many doors stayed closed because you convinced yourself you were not ready? Fear does not shout. It whispers, wait, not yet. What if it goes wrong? And we listen. Louise Hay taught that fear comes from the belief that life is unsafe, that something is always about to go wrong, that you must control everything to survive. But life does not work through control. Life works through trust. The more you try to control outcomes, the tighter life feels. The more you try to protect yourself, the smaller your world becomes. Fear contracts, trust expands, and expansion is where life flows. Look at how fear lives in the body. Tight shoulders, shallow breathing, a constant feeling of urgency. Fear keeps you in survival mode, always preparing, always defending. But life does not create miracles in survival mode. Louise Hay often said that when you release fear, you return to your natural state, peace, flow, ease, not because life becomes perfect, but because you stop resisting it. Fear is resistance, resistance to change, resistance to growth, resistance to the unknown. And the unknown is where your next level exists. Every meaningful transformation sits on the other side of fear. Yet fear convinces you that staying the same is safer. It isn't. Staying the same slowly drains your energy, your confidence, your joy. Fear feeds on familiarity, even painful familiarity. That is why people stay in unhappy jobs, unfulfilling relationships, limiting routines. Fear says, at least this is predictable. But predictability is not peace. Louise Hay taught that fear dissolves when you stop identifying with it. When you stop saying, I am afraid, and start saying, I notice fear. That small shift changes everything. You are not fear. You are the awareness watching it, and awareness weakens fear's grip. Fear only survives when it feels believed. The moment you question it, it loses power. Ask yourself this: is this fear protecting me, or is it limiting me? Most fears are outdated programs, formed in childhood, reinforced by experience, never updated. Your mind learned fear when you were trying to survive. But now, survival is not the goal. Expansion is. Louise Hay believed that the universe responds to openness, not tension. When you relax your grip, life has room to move. When you stop forcing outcomes, solutions appear. This is why letting go feels scary at first, because fear believes control equals safety. But control blocks flow. Have you noticed how the best moments in life happen unexpectedly? When you are not trying, when you are not planning, when you are simply present, that is life working with you. Fear pulls you out of the present into imagined futures, worst-case scenarios, endless what-ifs. But life only exists now, and now is usually safe. Louise Hay taught affirmations not to convince life to change, but to calm the mind enough to allow change. Fear creates internal conflict. Affirmations create inner alignment. When you say, I am safe, your body listens. When you say, life supports me, your nervous system softens. And when the body relaxes, perception changes. You start noticing opportunities instead of threats, options instead of obstacles. This is not magic. It is awareness. Fear narrows focus. Trust widens it. That is why people who let go of fear seem lucky. Life keeps opening doors for them, but it is not luck. It is alignment. They are no longer pushing against life. They are moving with it. Fear keeps asking, what could go wrong? Trust asks, what could go right? And life responds to the question you ask most. Louise Hay believed that love dissolves fear. Not romantic love, self-love. When you trust yourself, fear weakens. Fear says, you can't handle this. Self-love says, no matter what happens, I will support myself. That belief changes how you show up. You stop waiting for permission. You stop needing guarantees. You move forward anyway. And movement creates momentum. Life supports action, not hesitation. Every time you move, despite fear, you rewire your mind. Fear learns that it no longer controls you, and gradually it becomes quieter. Not because life has no risks, but because you no longer see risk as danger. You see it as growth. Louise Hay taught that letting go does not mean giving up. It means trusting something deeper than fear. It means trusting life. Trust does not mean you know how everything will turn out. It means you know you will be okay regardless. That confidence is powerful. When you stop needing certainty, certainty follows. When you stop chasing security, security appears. Life works best when you stop micromanaging it. Fear says, hold on. Life says, open your hands. You cannot receive with clenched fists. Letting go creates space. Space for clarity. Space for healing. Space for unexpected blessings. And most people never experience this, because they never release fear long enough to see what happens next. Louise Hay believed life is always trying to support you, but fear blocks the signal. Like static on a radio, the music is there, but you cannot hear it. When you calm fear, the signal becomes clear. Opportunities feel natural. Decisions feel lighter. You stop forcing outcomes, and life begins to cooperate, not because you controlled it, but because you trusted it. So the real question is not, what if I fail? The real question is, what if life is waiting for me to let go? Because the moment you do, life does not fight you anymore. It starts working for you. And once you experience that shift, you never see fear the same way again. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed the content, please hit the like button and subscribe to stay updated with our latest videos on YouTube.